Highlight for today happened towards the end of the session in the trading room. We had a 2,000 lot seller. You see it down here, minus 2,000. It's an odd colored box because it's such a big order. We had a VWAP right up here. If you look at the top of the screen, which is a target for anybody long. I wasn't long, but anyone long, we said, be a hog through there. And then you had a big buyer of 250. Couldn't get the market to go up. I wasn't telling people to get short. I just told them be careful long and exit longs because you reached the target and you had a qualifier to get out. Needless to say, I think maybe most did, but then you look at what happened. There was a target with some thin spots right in here in the footprint. Thin spots means light volume, which is generally a target for near-term support. But a 2,000 lot comes in and sweeps the market about 3.5 points in the S&P. All right, that's how much it took to fill them. So he fills it all the way down to about that thin spot, 96.5, 97. Forget about this red circle for a second, but the market chops back and forth. And I had said right in here, where's it going to go? It's going to go back to where he started the order. So if you take a look up here, it's exactly where he went. He started that 2,000 lot sell order up there, draw a line across. That's exactly where the top of the range came off before it broke back down. So if you were bearish, you use that as resistance. If you were long from down in here, you use that as an exit. But it's real time. It's real time order flow analysis of knowing what to do when a big order comes in and why it's not arbitrary. It comes back to where he started. And I mentioned this in the room. The reason why it goes back and it's not arbitrary, that it works as near-term resistance, is this equation. When you have people who are long, and there's always people long, they could be long from down here with money in the trade. They could be stuck long from here, and they see this big selling out of nowhere, cracks the market 3.5 points. What do you think people who are long, and remember, people who are long are sellers at some point, what do you think they're saying? Damn it, I wish I would have sold it there. And so when and if the market gives them a chance to sell it, they're all sitting up there trying to sell it. And it fits into a infamous baby bird story that I tell. I'm not going to tell it now, but that's where that comes from, is that you get a lot of helpless sellers trying to catch it where they missed it. And then here's the equation. When you have sellers in the market that are sellers because why? Because they're exiting. If you have sellers because they're exiting long positions, that is the best. That equals the best. Let me write this. The best resistance. Say it again. People who are selling because they're exiting a long position is the best resistance and the definition of resistance. So when any of your lines in the sand for resistance work, it's because of that dynamic. Not necessarily 2,000 lot who sold it. But because of people who missed selling it and there's trapped long, dying to sell it. So anytime, again, a line of resistance works, that dynamic of sellers, now we're talking about resistance, sellers who are trying to sell it to exit along, that's the way to read. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're looking for. Those are your best lines in the sand. Those are your best moments. That's why resistance works when it works. If there happens to be a 50% Fibonacci retracement, that was just coincidence. If there happens to be a moving average cross, that was just a coincidence. But it has to do with people entering and exiting their positions that is going to give you the best edge of all. Why? Because that's the governing principle of what moves price. So if you're trying to predict price, which you are if you're a trader, well, you better damn well know what governs it. And it's people getting in, people getting out, people scared, people desperate, people chasing, people reaching, people really stuck. And that's the edge of all edges. Stay safe, comment, subscribe. Trading Room guys, we'll see you tomorrow.